Unmute. Hi guys, we're doing Watchalong. This is the live stream. There will be a marker that gets you to the beginning of the podcast episode, but for now, we are just making sure that everything works, that you can hear us, that we're alive, that you can see Matt and you can see Cristina, but we are going to be watching the 1999 European Grand Prix, and it's a flashback for me. It reminded me, took me straight back to a more innocent time. 18-year-old Spanners with the world at his feet and just about to waste that for a decade and a half. Matt, you're here too. Matt, this was your suggestion, this race, so if it's rubbish, it's your fault.
I happen to know this race isn't rubbish, but you know that I picked it just for you because in 1999, they added a fourth groove to the tire. And if there's any kind of a tire you love, it's a groove tire.
Okay, just so you know, I forgot. You know, on the
come on, that was amazing. That was really good.
I was distracted by a tech issue, which is, you remember when we had the quiz and I didn't want you guys to cheat, so I put a 30-second delay in.
Oh, you've done that again? You've not undone it, rather.
I don't think that's going to affect anything. Shouldn't do, should it?
Well, it just means that they won't be able to interact with us when stuff happens so much.
Well, that's fine. I think, so when we see something, they'll see it 30 seconds later and react to it. But that's fine. So they will hear us at the same time as they're seeing the thing. So the premise here is that we give you a link to a YouTube video, and I'm going to put that in our live chat now. It will be in the show notes as well. It's in the YouTube show notes now, and it will be in the podcast show notes too. You click that link, and then you go to 44 minutes and 53 seconds, and periodically throughout the watch along, I will say where you're supposed to be in the video, and I think that will work. Yeah, but Matt, if you're saying F1 TV, we don't have the timings for F1 TV?
No, we don't.
Oh.
We don't, but you can dead reckon the timings pretty close.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to describe it. So for example, for we have the start time, and then we have a safety car skip time as well. So what I'll do is I'll say, right, it's the formation lap, and Murray says this. Yeah, it's the safety car lap, and Martin Brundle says this. So you should still be able to follow it along wherever you want to watch it. The YouTube is 480p, and therefore I've only got it on like a 6-inch screen on my real estate here on my monitor to make it watchable. Hello, Bruce. Hello, Tim. Hey, Samantha, as well. We have, oh, hello, Tim. We have literally some people, Matt, watching this race along with us.
I think some people is possibly more than we bargained for. So I hope you're prepared, like I am, having done an enormous amount of historical research over the past 24 hours.
Okay,
in a panic.
Let's see, Cristina, did you do any historical research?
I did not.
Oh, you are show and go.
I read the names in the show notes of which teams would be on the grid.
Yeah.
I recognized some.
Yeah.
And some driver names.
And
I'm sitting here going with as much knowledge and context as I would have had at the time as a 4-year-old.
Oh my God, were you 4 in 1999?
Yeah. I would have been turning 3 or 4, yeah.
I don't love that. Yeah, I was like,
did you catch my livery guide that I put at the bottom of the notes?
I don't think I scrolled that far. No, I saw the names and was like, well, that's all I need to know.
I don't think the resolution I have allows for identifying by livery, to be honest.
You can sort of get the general colors.
Yeah. But yeah, this should be a nice watch. I am interested. And Cristina, like, I know that you're like a millennial, I guess.
Yeah.
Or like a Gen
right
Z.
On the line.
I'm not sure. You're on the line, are you? So
yeah.
I understand your attention span is different. So if after like, half an hour, you get the gist and you want to go, like, I am not judging you. You need to create like an emergency. Just be like, we need to go defend Greenland real quick.
I'm being called up, guys. Gotta go.
You won't believe this. Me and Squeaks have just been enlisted, and it's like it's you in a Jeep, and Squeaks is on the top gun, like giving it some.
This is like some critical things going on right here.
Okay.
Gotta go get my, I think it was corned beef cans. Gotta get those ready to go.
So, you're a prepper.
Well, that's a very specific war reference, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. Yes. Canadians, we were being so nice and we were throwing, over the wall some cans of corned beef to the others. The first time they were cans of corned beef. The second time they weren't.
So I do prep. We do prep. We have a box of calories, and that's what we have. We have a cardboard box in the garage of tins, and it's like that is, and obviously UK, we don't have to worry about refrigeration because it's cold.
Always
But,
cold and rainy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I say to her, like I said, look. At first, she thought I was mad, but there's plenty of situations where you need to get through a week, and just like let's just have a week where we've got the calories, and then we can guard our door with snooker cues with like knives on the end, strapped on with duct tape, and we're like, okay, no, this is our oxtail soup, go, and just like stab at the door. So we have those drills. I don't think that's crazy. There could be a solar burst that disrupts all the electricity and stops everyone getting all their food, and then I'm sitting there with my corned beef, sitting pretty. I'm delaying because I'm so scared about this format of the live watch along. I don't know. I just don't know how it's going to work, and I've never done anything like it. Have you done watch alongs, Christina? You have, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty constantly.
Yeah.
Most weeks I'm watching along
Well,
with
you'd
Formula
better
One.
be.
This year we're going to do IndyCar. Not really historic races though.
Well,
that's the one.
You'd better be just brilliant at this then. I don't know where to put it on my screen. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay. I don't know how to start the podcast episode. I don't know whether to apologize in advance. Like this is going to be awful. Yeah, but your things.
The race itself is so good. This is why I picked it.
But when you first proposed this race, I watched it and I went, "Oh, okay, great. There's one start with the false start,
Right.
so the lights never go out. Right. Let's do that in the main show. We'll do an explainer. We'll let Matt talk about the build up because I know that you want to talk about the sort of the pit lane stuff and the broadcast side of things. So we'll do about 5 minutes intro before we get to the main content."
Yeah, I could do 5 minutes.
I'm going to forget to explain this properly, aren't I?
Probably.
All right. I don't know what to do. Right. This was a terrible idea. I have regret, and I'm also full of lasagna. Regret and full of lasagna. The title of my autobiography. Right, guys, I'm going to put you back on screen. Is this stupid? Are we doing something really dumb here?
No, it's midweek content. I mean, this is basically this is the time to try experimental things and see how they go. I personally think it's going to be sort of fun. We're watching a Formula One race in our virtual pub, and some other people are going to watch in their virtual pub with us.
Christina, do you have
Or
blue
they're going
eyes?
to not do work or something.
Yes, I have blue eyes. How are you just noticing?
I don't
this?
know. I guess I've never stared deeply into your eyes, but he literally got.
Yeah.
Aren't you like Latina?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I think you're like a. Are you like a chireme? Are you like a hybrid? Like what's going on?
Yes. We've discussed this as
Have
well.
we? Oh my God.
Yes.
You're like a
Like
Z.
my profile picture is literally zoomed in on my face with the big bright blue eyes staring back at you, Spanners.
You're like a Z-donk. You're a Ligra. You're a Ligra.
Well, yeah. Also just like third, fourth generation Canadian where a little bit of everything from everywhere kind of gets tossed in
My
there.
my daughter's the same. She's got a very kind of Southeast Asian face, but then these big, bright blue eyes, and then the bum chin that a lot of European kids have. You know, where there's like the thing for the snooker cue. Ugh.
The little dimple, yeah.
The little dimple. That's what it's called there. Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Sorry. Just noticed a thing. God. I think it's because the mustard in your fleece brings out the blue eyes. All right, let's get going. You are listening to Missed Apex Podcast. We live F1. It's a watch along. I have no idea how this is going to go. Welcome to Missed Apex Podcast. I'm your host, Richard Reddy, but my friends call me Spanners. So, let's be friends. We've decided to be brave and bold, and since it's the off-season, we've decided to do something different for our midweek show. We are going to be watching the 1999 European Grand Prix. There are links in the show notes. So you can either just listen to us rambling on, or you can go to the link or just search on YouTube, search for European Grand Prix 1999. Go to 44 minutes and 53 seconds. Find the point where Murray Walker says, anyway, and then it goes on to like Damon Hill side on going around the final turn of the Nürburgring GP layout. So, Matt, 2 Trumpets is here. Matt, you picked this Grand Prix. This is your fault.
I did, and I said it in the pre-show, and I'll say it again now. I picked it specifically for you.
Me?
Because in 1999, they added a 4th groove to the tire. And if there's anything you are not tired of being in favor of, it's groove tires.
Groove tires, man. And by the way, really interesting tire chat, and something that comes up through this watch-along is that you have the tires go out, and you can pick soft, you can pick hard, but actually there's a phase where once the grooves wear out, they turn into slicks. Yeah.
Now, the tire chat is fun, but also ageless. Tire chat is always appropriate in motorsports.
Chris S. in our Patreon Discord points out that this is going to be the best historic race watch-along Missed Apex has ever done. And so this is completely unknown territory for us. So if you are listening, just know, if you're listening without watching along with the race, there is going to be some pauses. Normally, we trim any silences. There's obviously going to be some lingering as we kind of wait to see what's happening or wait for details or listen to the commentary. And it is skippable because this is just a midweek off-season show. So you can join us back on Sunday where me, Jono, and Chris Catman Turner will be covering the news. We've got Cristina here joining us as well. And you're unique on this panel because you were born relatively recently. So in 1999, you were?
I would have been... What month did this race take place? Because I'm born earlier in the year.
Yeah, the middle. So, yeah.
So I would have just turned 4.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And I was 18 during this time. And I'm sure Matt was somewhere like 18 as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm barely 30 now, so yeah, I couldn't have been more than 18.
And also, Cristina, I feel like I need to apologize in advance for 90s F1, just like in general.
Apologize for the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a thing.
Yeah. So, but have you watched much like olden days Formula One before?
I think the farthest back I've watched, multiple races from a single thing or more than a couple highlights was like Alonso's first 2 championships.
Okay, so that's mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s, yes. This is still almost a decade back.
So I think Matt was in and out during this time. This is obviously me becoming an adult, so I was having to do things for my career and I was going off on my adventures. So I don't remember this race as in sitting down watching it, remembering it. But when you bring up the team sheets, the grids, the drivers, I'm like, oh, I know all these guys. I know this era. So in a way, I'm transported back to that time and I can kind of enjoy it. And I'm like, oh, I hope Frentzen does well. And I remember Damon Hill, who I was a massive fan of, going back down the grid to Arrows and that just being kind of a torturous process, and which I get to relive now with Hamilton out Ferrari. But yeah, Matt, I think you were in and out of F1 at this period.
Yeah, this is because I'd gotten into it watching the Tour de France, which is finally on ESPN2 right around Formula One. So I'd wind up watching Formula One. But I think at this point, at 99, I was busy living my best just married life in a beautiful apartment on the Lower East Side that sadly I no longer have access to.
All right. Well, we'll get into this soon. And I'm very curious how you see it, Matt, looking back on it with fresh eyes. And I'm really curious to see how Cristina, who I know is very technical when she watches Formula One, and I know she's very much into kind of the live timings. There is no information on the broadcast for you to see.
Oh, can I just point out something? I realize now that I actually have a point of reference for 4-year-old Cristina right at my fingertips here.
Oh, yes.
So here is me, mean mugging a horse.
Wow, you are riding
being like,
a horse.
What are you doing here, bud? With my bangs and everything and a stylish hair clip.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, now you know what me and Matt are up against. We are
born for video, clearly, in that picture.
So we often talk about the Missed Apex babies, and now that you're 30, Cristina, you no longer count, but just for this show, I think you count as a missed Apex baby. So we will start this watch along just now. The link is in the show notes, and we will be sure to periodically say where we are in the timestamp. You can watch this on F1 TV as well, but you will have to sort of work a little bit harder to catch up. So if you have that YouTube lined up, you need to find 44 minutes, and 53 seconds, and you'll hear Murray Walker saying, anyway, and I'm just lining that myself. I'm lining that up myself. So that's it. So we get to 43, and I think 44 and 53, not 45. Good start, Rich. Well done. It's really hard to scroll on a very tiny screen. Now, the reason I have a very tiny screen for the YouTube is that it's 480p. And you have to remember that in the olden days, we were watching this on CRT, curved screens, not like curved inwards. They were convex. So you would be watching it on this kind of big, deep television where the screen was only about maybe 12 inches. If you had a 19-inch CRT, you were proper posh.
Yeah, and radiation, not a problem back in those days, thankfully.
Yeah. So this is in the era where if you sat too close to the TV, your parents would tell you that you were going to get square eyes. I am really messing this up. I was at 43.54. So no, you need to be at 44.53.
53.
I hope you guys are doing better than me. I'm currently at 44.38. So this is
close enough. You know, if you hit play and just let it run, you'll be fine.
That's what I'm doing. And now we are vamping.
And so we should probably cover for that by saying something clever.
No,
there's so much different back then.
I've got it. I'm there. So,
okay,
so we had the overhead shots of the Nürburgring, the GP circuit. Now, to me, this is like Hungaroring. This is like Barcelona. It is a track where I would love to see F1 go back to, but you would need the cars to be significantly slower. So, Matt, we do this track nearly every season on our F3 series on iRacing.
Right.
It's a great Grand Prix circuit. It has those chicanes that I hate, the safety chicane. So at the very end of the lap, you'll see Damon Hill in a minute when we press play, go through that safety chicane. That's horrible. And there's lots of skipping the chicane. It's very untidy. But it's that first sector where you go down and you have this very wide but very tight right-hander where all the cars can kind of take different lines, bunch up, and then there's chaos into turn 2. So spoiler, there will be an incident in turn 2 which will cause a safety car. So there is a second skip point. So when we're finished talking about that incident, we will go to 55.35. Have I done well explaining this, guys? How have I done? You've
done very well. I do love, like, you say the first turn, but it's really a complex. The first, second, third, and fourth turns all depend on each other. And it's, and it is just absolutely as messy as you want it to be.
There's a flow. So, Christina, did you prepare for this by going on the sim and feeling out Sector 1?
No.
You didn't. Okay, cool. Well, let's see what
Nothing
you think.
but vibes today, Spatters.
Of watching it. So the video is at 44.53. I assume the panel are ready to go. And let's hit play. And that is, I have to say, reiterate this, Damon Hill is my absolute hero at this point in Formula One. He was champion in 1996, and I spent 3 torturous years following him in the Arrows. We nearly got that victory at the Hungaroring, I think in 1998. But as you can imagine, Matt, my hopes are high for a good performance in this European GP.
Well, I mean, it is the next to the last race of the season. We do have Irvine and Hakkinen tied for the Drivers' Championship, and McLaren and Ferrari duking it out for the Constructors while they're at it. So there's a lot really on the line for both teams in this race. So you would expect them to bring their A game all the way around.
So we've got the McLarens are the front runners in the championship here. And we've got this weird situation with Coulthard and Hakkinen. Like, they're desperate to not trip over each other. Like, if you want to talk papaya rules, honestly, this era McLaren was the worst for it. I think they had an agreement. If you were first into turn 1, then you weren't allowed. Then you couldn't.
You won the race.
Yeah, you couldn't get challenged by your teammate.
Yeah, well, that's because they were up against Schumacher and Ferrari, or they would have been had he not broken his leg.
Well, Schumacher's in the Benetton in this
That's
isn't
the
it? Yeah.
other Schumacher. I'm talking the
Oh,
Michael
no.
Schumacher was in Ferrari and he done broke his leg.
Oh,
but I think that's why
Matt,
McLaren played the game that way.
Matt, are you sure? I think okay, so it's Irvine and Salo in the Ferraris, right?
Irvine and Sala, because Sala was deputized for Michael,
and
who broke his leg in Silverstone.
Ralph Schumacher is in the
Ralph
Williams.
is in the
Williams.
That's
Yes.
correct.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I am in fact sure of that because I looked it up on Wikipedia, which is the only legitimate source left.
Okay,
in the world,
here goes the lights. Oh my God, look at that picture in picture, Christina.
I'm a little bit behind you.
Well,
Hang
don't
on.
be. Look at that picture in picture of the lights. Proper shaky cam. 7 seconds to go. They're on the grid. It's Frentzen and then Coulthard, then Hakkinen, and I think Schumacher behind that. We've got Fisichella on that third row as well, and then the other Jordan of Damon Hill. As they go down to turn one, big sweeping turn into turn one. Surprisingly, they all get through turn one, but then the chaos starts. Look in the background,
And there it goes. Oh my gosh.
so that
You
is
never
a
get
big,
tired of seeing that. And spoiler, everyone's okay.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, we wouldn't probably wouldn't pick a video where a driver was seriously hurt.
Yeah.
But Christina, you need to look at this. Look at the safety of the marshals going on to flip this overturned car. So it's Zonta, is it? No, it's Diniz.
No,
That's Pedro Diniz.
That's Pedro Diniz.
Yeah.
And this accident actually wound up bringing a new roll hoop to next year's car.
So the roll
because
hoop
it
failed,
got ripped
yeah.
clean off in this accident, which apparently was a surprise to everybody. That would happen. And sure enough, they are going to red flag it.
No, they don't. They don't red flag it. No.
Or safety car.
Safety car. Yeah.
Safety car.
Yeah. Christina, look at there's 20 marshals in the firing zone on turn two.
That's like inflation, like 1999 safety
Oh
cars
my God.
today's red flag. And that's just because of inflation.
Yeah, so
goodness.
safety car is out, which I think was a surprise even to the commentators. But yeah, you've literally got a crowd of 30 people. They look like bowling pins, ready to just be wiped out, and they just physically manhandle Diniz's car and flip it over.
Well, and that's because it only weighed 600 kilograms.
That's a good
Would have
point.
weighed more with fuel in it, but these cars, you might have noticed, look a little bit different, and that's because they are lighter. But the big thing is they are shorter and slightly narrower than the cars we have today.
Tim Rudd
A
points
lot
out
shorter, slightly narrower.
the airbox is obliterated, and the roll hoop cracked as well.
Torn completely off. Yeah.
Craig says 90 safety is wild. There is a tractor on the track there carrying a car with cars still going around. It is dry though, so that's fine. Did they have T cars, says Pete Shilcock, i.e. spare cars? Oh, we've got a replay
Pretty
here.
sure they did.
Christina, whose fault is it?
Yes.
Come on then. Eyes in.
Oh my goodness.
The Ferraris come together as they go around the yellow Jordan of Damon Hill.
Damon Hill.
Tim says 600 beautiful kilograms. No, these are good-looking cars. We're getting another front-on replay now, and it's interesting. You get so fewer angles than you get now. So you're seeing the same angles kind of over and over again. And so that's Wirtz behind.
Yeah, it was Alex Wirtz was the one who took out Diniz, and Diniz was in the Sauber. And
here we go. We've got the onboard from Wirtz in the other Benetton, I think.
Yeah,
there we go. He's just look at that. So it's Hill. Hill checks up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he had engine problem.
Oh,
that was it for his
okay.
race too. Yeah, his engine failed like 22 seconds into the race.
We saw him pulling up, didn't we? We saw him pulling up in the original thing and pulling. So basically,
and that's why everybody was diving around him. Yeah.
Yeah. So Hill's engine fails. Wirtz goes, "Oh no, I'd best avoid Hill," then just takes out Diniz.
Yeah, and essentially it's that unsighted thing where the Ferrari diving around him just left that gap that Wirtz was driving into, not realizing that Hill was slowing.
Christina, first impressions, 90s F1.
My goodness. The cars, you can tell that they're lighter, but they also they look denser almost, if that makes sense. Like I can tell that they have a different center of gravity, and it's kind of throwing me because the way that I expect them to go flying through the air is different. Right?
Yeah, that's because they're only 1,000 millimeter high. So
Yeah.
the center of gravity, the overall mechanical center of gravity would be much, much lower. So they, and because they're lighter, they also respond very differently to driver inputs and much less overall downforce. So the cars themselves are a lot twitchier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very, very touchy on throttle. And, just for reference, I think in terms of race laps, the fastest race lap was around a 1:21. If you want to go compare that to today's Formula One, it'd be about 6 or 7 seconds faster,
Mark,
at least.
Mark says, it looks like a missed Apex iRacing reverse grid. Irvine with
It
no
really does.
spatial awareness. I think that's unfair. Like, Irvine is on the inside of all of that. So when Verts comes out and collects Deniz, I don't think Irvine's involved in that. He's clear. Irvine's clear of that. So Irvine, who's a championship contender at this point, with
Right.
is this Schumacher's broken leg season? Is it?
It's Schumacher's
Yeah,
broken
yeah.
leg year. Yes.
And so where did he break his leg? Barcelona, I think.
Silverstone.
Silverstone. All right.
Yeah.
No. The Ferraris
Yes.
are fine. So Sarlo and Irvine are fine. But Irvine qualified 9th here. Remember, this is the era, right, Christina, you might not realise this. This is the refueling era. So they
Yes.
do qualifying. You have no idea what fuel they've got on board. So, did he qualify 9th because he just had a massive amount of fuel on board? Yeah, and honestly, everyone who calls for refueling is like, let's bring back refueling. Honestly, no. It made it so terrible to watch. So they're talking about this being a one-stop, but then we don't know if they're pitting for tyres. We don't know if they're being forced to for fuel. It's horrible.
Yeah. No, I would say if you had to start the race on a specific fuel amount, but then you had the option, if you wanted to one stop to fill all the way, or if you wanted to two stop to add fuel to both stops, maybe that would make it work. I don't know. I'd have to think about it though. I've just had this thought, and normally I don't just say my thoughts out loud.
But
before
that's
I
what
think
that's
about
what a
them.
watch along is for. Oh, and there's a break. There's an advert break because I think this was on ITV.
It was ITV back then, not even Sky.
The
Was Sky
only
even a
I
thing
think
back
no,
then?
I don't think. I think it might just have been, but this was the only terrestrial commercial TV station at the time. So you had BBC One, BBC Two, then you had Channel 4, which was a government for-profit, if that makes sense. So it was a commercial government-owned channel, and then
Yeah.
ITV was independent TV. So that was that, and then Channel 5 came along, and Sky shortly after that. And the only reason to have Sky at the time was WWF. That's right, the World Wildlife Foundation. That was the only reason to watch Sky. Eddie Jordan.
Marlon Perkins' Wild World of something. Omaha, I forget. Yeah, we used to watch an animal show on Sundays too. That was
So
anyone my age knows this show.
So we have got to the point, Matt, where I don't want to watch the rest of this safety car. So we are going to skip.
Okay.
We're going to skip.
Do you want to you want to talk about what happened?
Oh, do you know what? We've waffled on that long that my skip point is in a minute. So let's not worry about it. We'll just stick with it then. Yeah, go on. Give us some
I'm just going to
interesting
go
facts.
back and look at my WhatsApp chat
Go
for
on.
confirmation.
Yeah,
I said this
yeah.
exact thing would happen.
Okay, we're deleting this. Steve, can we delete this? Go on then, Matt. Give us some interesting facts. You've got a minute.
Interesting facts is of the teams, this actually was Stuart Ford's very last race because they were sold to Red Bull. That's absolutely right. This is the team that goes on to become Red Bull. Jordan, Heinz Harald Frentzen, leading the race as we get back to it, actually went from Jordan to Midland to Spiker to Force India to Racing Point to Racing Business to racing things around the track to racing I need a new name until I have new investors. Wound up being Aston.
Okay, but we're about
there you
to,
go.
the safety car is about to come in. Look at that safety car, though. That safety car just looks like what everyone's dad had on the school run.
Did I put this in the note somewhere? We're looking at the Ferraris because Irvine was in contention. Do you know who one of the designers was of this Ferrari?
Tell me.
Nicholas Tambazis, who's now technical head of the FIA. Ross Braun was part of this. Aldo Costa. I have the names written down somewhere, but apparently I did not put them in the notes. So I'm going to have to go or you look for them, but a lot of names that you would recognize as being at the top of their field right now were just in the desk drawers and drafting instruments
All right.
back then.
So Heinz Harold Frentzen now is essentially the safety car, because the safety car is about to come in. Up and over. So we've come through the Senna S, and then before the back straight, we've got this left-hander where you're sort of breaking down to third gear. This is actually a really crucial part, because you've got the left-hander, and then you've got the right-hander, and then you've got a kink, which is flat out, which is leading to the final chicane. And so this right-hander that they're coming up to now, that's flat out. And then you've got a left-right chicane, which is one of these awful safety car kind of safety chicanes. There's 2 layouts for it, and this is the worst layout that they're using. It's very much like Monza Turn 1. So this is your opportunity to get alongside and shove it down the inside, and then it's very messy if it doesn't come off. So here we go. We've got Frentzen going round, and I think we've got behind him Hakkinen and Coulthard. And there's a lot of talk in the commentary. They're like, oh, Coulthard's getting alongside. And I don't think he is. I don't think Coulthard is allowed under their team orders to get alongside. But then we've got Ralf Schumacher in that Williams just clinging on. And in the background...
World's widest car there.
You've got Fisichella defending from... Is that... Who's in P6?
Panis.
P6 would be...
Is that Panis?
Fisichella is... yeah.
So
Panis. Oliver Panis.
Of course, Grand Prix
yeah.
winner in Monaco 1996.
And you have Irvine trapped behind the both of them.
Yeah, and this is the thing. So Irvine pushing for that championship. He's now stuck kind of, I think, in 8th or 9th place.
Yeah, he starts out in 7th, I believe.
Oh, for this restart.
Yeah, he was 7th coming off, leading up to the restart. He was in 7th, and he's got to pass both Panis, and passes Panis. He's into the points, which, by the way, the points were different back then.
So I think, is this top 8 score points?
10, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Those are your
10,
points. Yeah.
6, 4, 3, 2. Oh, this is still top 6 only.
Top 6 only.
Man,
yeah.
No, look at Christina's face. Honestly, Christina,
Yep.
top 6 only is crazy for points. It renders so much of the race pointless.
See,
Literally pointless.
Yeah.
And yes,
After
I use the word
watching-
literally.
my goodness. Well, you watch something like IndyCar where they give everyone points
That's
pretty
the
much as
right
long as you
way.
finish
Yeah.
X percentage of the race. And I'm going, I like that so much better.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just in
Even
general.
now with P11 down, not getting points, it's too much.
Like, yeah, I want it to matter for them to be fighting for P15 a lot more than it does.
Well, the problem you have, too, is for teams that only make it to the top half of the grid so often, the winning and losing is more random noise than it is, oh, this team has done a better job across an entire season. It's not judging the correct thing.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Haas double podium. Not
Yeah.
Haas, Alpine.
Yeah,
Alpine.
it rewards those big spikes, doesn't it? And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, spoiler: the weather will have a factor later in the race, and honestly, for a '90s race, a lot happens in this race. So, but it just doesn't feel like there's a lot happening.
And that's because the gaps are so big. Like if you look at the distances between cars, like it spreads out. Like we always complain about field spread, but watch what happens in another couple of laps.
Well, I'm also trying to just figure out where everyone is. Like I have the cheat sheet open of who is in which car. And theoretically, like I saw the last timing that went past and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know who's the top 4, whatever it was. But I'm kind of just like squinting at the screen and looking and going, who are you at?
You might even be better off watching this on your phone, to be honest, because of the resolution. But by the way, sorry, we're 1 hour into that YouTube link.
Oh no, that's not the correct. I'm in the wrong chat. No, come here. Yeah, basically they're pretty much in restart order, except for Irvine has passed Panis and is trying to pass Fisichella.
So what's interesting here is that they are all within about 0.3, 0.4 seconds of each other. So if this was modern F1, they'd be kind of cruising around maybe a second and a half because you need to get out of that aero wash. Whereas here they feel slightly comfortable. Oh, and that is Irvine down the inside of Panis. That's a good move, by the way. Does he hold it?
Which had already happened 5 5 minutes ago, but it was still a good move.
Yeah, but that was down into the inside of that chicane, just outbraked him and then just clung on. But it's not an even fight. The Ferrari's much quicker than is Panis in a Prost, I think.
Yes. Prost also in this race. He and Barrichello, I believe.
So, Cristina, for you, that's Fisichella up front in the Jordan. My hero, Damon Hill, is out.
What color is it?
Yellow. Sorry, yes.
The yellow Jordan.
Yes,
Thank
yellow Jordan. Yellow like your fleece. So Heinz-Harald Frentzen, who got replaced by Schumacher at one point in his career. Didn't he get kicked out of Benetton?
Who? Schumacher? Ralph?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm thinking of? Oh, awkward. No, Frentzen's wife ended up with Michael Schumacher. That's what I'm thinking about. So, yeah. Sorry. That's what I'm remembering. And so now we have got basically a good racing battle here. So it's Eddie Irvine, I think, in 6th, trying to hunt down Fisichella, who's in 5th. And there's a big gap between Fisichella and Irvine. Now, Irvine comes down the inside, really shows his nose round. It's that massive right-hand hairpin. And actually, this is a theme. Watch for the next few laps. I think Irvine tries to attack into the entry way too often. Instead, he should. Here's me giving Eddie Irvine advice. Instead, you're like, why isn't he attacking on the exits, like trying to get a better run? But yeah, he does seem to back up into Fisichella's gearbox quite a lot. And then
very much.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I know what I'm saying. And then the gap to the top 4 is increasing like a second a lap because of this.
Yeah, he's trying to bully Fisichella into a mistake. That's what he's up to.
Love
and
it.
It's that thing where you're going to lose time, but you put yourself clearly into somebody's awareness zone so they know they have to worry about you.
Yeah.
Just trying to get them to compromise a little bit so you can take advantage.
Make yourself look big in their mirrors like a cat. I'm going to make myself look big. Cristina, you're making a cat look big visual there was pretty amazing.
I do have some experience with it.
Yeah.
I will be waiting to wake up in the morning, and little side table you have right here, that's where Squeaks likes to sit
I see.
and gargoyle and just stare down at me and be like, excuse me, it's time.
I like that there's the subtitles on mine are whenever they say Fisichella, they're spelling it Fishy Keller.
Yep. That sounds
Fishy Keller.
That sounds cromulent. And then we see Irvine now again round the outside of the hairpin, taking the long way round. That just doesn't feel like a cromulent move that's going to work. But if this was modern F1, he'd be maybe 1.2 seconds behind, waiting for Fisichella's tires to drop off. And this is I like the groove tire era. Like the whole thermal deg thing was much less of an issue.
Yep. And if you're wondering, is anything else going on? No, not yet. Things will be happening soon, but not yet.
Sam in our Patreon chat says, I'm watching it on CFAX. Oh, Cristina won't get that. Did you have that in America? CFAX and teletext on the old TVs before internet? You could have kind of this web-based news service. And look at this. So here we go. So look, Irvine's got that run now down to turn 1. When we're doing our F3 on iRacing, turn 1 is like this big open thing to send.
And there we go.
Oh, and there's a crash there. That's into the final turn, but that's back markers, I believe.
I have a list that would.
Do you know who that is in that red car? That is that, I think.
Zanardi.
Is that Zanardi? Yeah,
Zanardi and Takagi, I believe. So Zanardi and Takagi were involved in that one.
Takagi was like the Maldonado of this season.
Yeah, no, that was Zanardi and Takagi. They don't even. I'm not even sure they threw flags for that.
No, and that's
other drivers will see it. They'll just avoid it.
So as far as I can tell, Zanardi's still on track at this point. Like we
Yeah, no idea what's going on. Did that take him out? I believe that took him and only him out.
Yeah,
there we are.
Look, there's Zanardi.
Marshall's on the track. We're just going to push him off before the cars get there.
He is in the middle of the track, and there is no flags whatsoever. Oh, there you go. There's Zanardi down the inside. He's trying to...
And that was actually... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, that was actually Zonta, I think, that tipped Takagi. He just turned into Takagi, which spun him into Zanardi, and then that was the end of Zanardi's race.
I think Zanardi hit 2 back markers trying to go past.
Unbelievable.
I turned now. Good luck.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, basically, he just sent it. He was like, well, I think blue flags were less kind of a thing back then, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just you wait. Just you wait.
Was
You
that-
thought Ocon and Verstappen was a thing. Just you wait.
Was there actually blue flags?
No.
Oh, right. So
And there was constant unlapping yourself. And
Oh.
is that your teammate? Who cares?
So Zanardi just sent it down the ends. Oh my god, on that hairpin as well. That final corner isn't an overtaking spot either. So he basically thought, right, I've got to run out of the hairpin. I'm just going to go for it. And here's one of those pauses I was warning about as we're watching the top four. So the commentary's bigging up. Oh, is Coulthard having a look? He isn't. He just isn't.
They do the same thing now. But it's because not a lot happens.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
they don't have DRS. They don't have push to pass. They got nothing. There's no batteries. You're amazed they could finish a race.
Christina, I feel like I should bully Christina into joining me for like a 24-hour karting commentary session at some point.
Oh my goodness.
Just so you know that feeling of like, what do I say?
Well, okay, there's a lull in the action. What could I
do?
say? Oh, do I drop the bomb yet? No, I'm not going to drop the bomb.
Do I have some?
There is a bomb, but I might tell you that you need to tune back in at the very end of this to find out
Irvine's got
the
to run.
amazing thing that happened.
Irvine's got to run. He's trying to stay in the toe.
Here we go.
And
Switcheroo.
Fisichella trying to break that toe. And that's not bad. That's not a bad overtaking move there. Fisichella. So I've got mixed feelings about Fisichella at the time. It's like he had all the makings of a great driver and just never seemed to spark. And then as he got towards the end of the career, like honestly, he was. I think he was really shown up by the modern drivers. There was a point, wasn't there, where he was Alonso's teammate and he was just miles off.
Yeah,
I might be misremembering that.
I'm beginning to wonder if my YouTube is lagging a little bit. What's your time marker
good point.
around
Good
now?
point here. Okay, so the time I'm on now is 1 hour and 8 minutes. 1 hour and 8 minutes, and I am watching that 4-car train coming towards the final sector. I think it's the final sector.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the focus should be on this battle here with Fisichella holding off Irvine. And I think behind is that... I don't know who's behind. Oh, that's one of the BARs.
That would be Panisse behind.
Right.
No?
So the BAR with the split livery is 2 places behind Irvine. And then you've got Panis behind, I think. Panis behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at those gaps. 0.4 and then 1 second to Coulthard, 1.6. So that clearly they could follow closer than they could now.
Well, yeah, less arrow, but also, they couldn't pass. Neither Hakkinen or Coulthard could really pass Frenzen at this point. In the Jordan, no less. It's mostly because the Jordan was a faster color.
Yes, of course. Colors affect pace.
It was yellow.
Yeah,
Yellow's
they
a
should have had
fast
some
color.
go faster stripes.
That
But
dull
also,
gray is like how you get to the office.
We don't know at this point who's running what fuels. Who locked up that? Oh, God, you're just a second ahead of me.
Slightly ahead.
So you had a bit of a spoiler there. So Fisichella locks up into that hairpin. And actually, here's the difference with these cars. On traction, they struggle a little bit. So even out of that hairpin, you had Irvine just losing the back end a little bit on acceleration. And you barely ever see that with modern cars.
Yeah. Yeah, the traction is better on exit because there's so much more aero pushing the car down. And there's just so much more knowledge. So much of this was still sit down at a desk and draft stuff.
Yeah.
Not entirely. It was the testing drove your design. You made design decisions. You tested because you had infinite testing back then.
Christina,
and then you refined.
Christina, what do you think of the broadcast so far as a DTS era fan?
I think the biggest thing I dislike is that you don't constantly have the timing, and that it's
there's
not
no
color
timing tree.
coordinated.
There's no timing tree.
Yeah, and it's not color coordinated. Like that kind of gets me. It's just the names and the numbers sometimes. You're going, well, I would like the name and the color to match the car, because that's just A, I'm used to it, and B, at quick glance, it's so much easier to find which car you're looking to check in on, to be able to just go, oh yes, that's the color I'm looking for. And
remember, there's only like 16 races a season as well at this point. So we've got Irvine as well following now into that hairpin, and I think that's Olivier Panis and Villeneuve behind.
Yep.
What car's Villeneuve? Oh, so it's Villeneuve in that BAR that we spotted earlier with the split.
Yep.
With the split livery. And so now I think we've really got Panis. So here's the thing that Irvine has to look out for. He's on the hard tires, right? Fisichella is on the soft tyres. So right now, Fisichella might be struggling with tyre wear, but they have to be wary of the point that his grooves turn into slicks. This I think this is why Irvine is in a little bit of a hurry to get by.
Well, yeah, he was held up by both of those cars. He was faster than them, but he was not. The Ferrari fundamentally wasn't as good a car as the McLaren. And neither of them were quite a match for the Jordan. But, there's a whole lot of racing left to go. Doesn't wind up like this, folks. That's what I'm saying. This is actually the calm before the storm.
The literal storm. So
the literal storm. Storms.
Keep an eye on the skies. Keep an eye on the skies, kids.
It's also fun. If you look at the wings, you'll see they're already starting to run foot plates, very similar to some of the ones we've seen in the renders that have been released.
You're not turning this into a 1999 tech time, Matthew.
And they had primitive deflectors, which eventually became barge boards.
Look at the dark clouds.
I mentioned that this is. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Look at those dark clouds. Right down the inside into that first of the final sector. Yes, into that first left-hander of that final sector, leading onto the back straight. Big pressure from Eddie Irvine, like you said, Matt, looking big in his mirrors, and just forces Fisichella to put a wheel on the dirt, and that should be Irvine unlocked and ready to go. And that's a really good aerial shot of that final chicane. So I think some of the sports cars use that, the later one where you turn left later. But I think the Formula cars have always used that tighter first one.
Which I want to say that was after the 94 season. They just decided some turns at some point between 94 and now, they decided a whole bunch of turns were too fast. So they just said, let's just put a chicane there instead. Which I hate, but
that is following the deaths of Ratzenberger and Ayrton Senna. Obviously, at a chicane, but it was caused by the chicane at Tamburello in Imola.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, saw the Visa Cash App running around at Imola earlier today.
Minardi.
Limblad had a little spin at Tamburello. In fact, in the wet.
There's another one of your families, because the Minardis eventually did become the Toro Rossos.
Who's in the Minardi today?
In the Minardi today, you are going to be served by...
Your Minardi server today.
Your Minardi server today will be Luca Badoer.
Luca Badoer, yeah. Here's that replay there.
And there was one more.
By the way, Fisichella.
Marc Genet.
Marc Genet, who's a long-time stalwart of Ferrari testing and engineering. Down the inside, it's Ralf Schumacher down the inside, and the final corner that I said wasn't an overtaking spot. Schumacher's making me look like a mug here because he's side by side, but Coulthard has done enough to hold momentum around the outside of that final turn to stay in front. And you'd think that slipstream gives Ralf Schumacher another chance. Looking down the outside, Coulthard happy to sacrifice a bit of the entry into turn 2 and manages to stay ahead. That is fantastic driving by both those guys there.
Yeah, it turns out that the SuperTech was not really a match for the Mercedes.
So the Williams SuperTech engine.
Yeah, it was not really a match down the straight for the power. So
even though he kind of got it done, Coulthard just had the traction and the engine power to head off down. And
didn't quite have the car.
You see how excited we get, Christina? Oh, here comes the rain. Here comes the rain on the screen.
There's diddly dots on the TV. That's how they knew that it was raining back then. Everybody watched the TV broadcast and they're like, "Oh, looky there."
Because so now in modern Grand Prix, as we see, who's going off? Who's that going off?
That's Fisichella.
Oh, so Fisichella
taking a very creative line through that turn.
Now that's the left-hander that he lost the position to Irvine as well.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, look at that. So now in modern broadcasts, you have a spinning front lens on the camera, which gets rid of the rain.
Yeah. And now it's about to get now everybody, I just need you to put your seatbelts on because some very interesting stuff's about to happen.
And that is Schumacher again down the inside of the final corner, same place. And now you can see, Matt, now it makes sense what you're talking about with the engine, that just Coulthard could just stretch his legs and just go. And Schumacher's only there by dint of the slipstream. And this is a very dangerous place to try and overtake down the inside because there's a big dip into turn 1. Makes that move stick. How does he not hit Hakkinen?
Yeah, no, it was incredible that he pulled that braking off, right? Unreal.
If that was me in iRacing, I'm definitely like, I'm wiping out several patrons, listeners, and Kyle probably.
That's like a spa start in the rain kind of disaster. Now.
Yeah. So we've got, what's the order now? Frentzen, Hakkinen.
Yeah, it's Frentzen, Hakkinen.
So Frentzen's got a lead. Now, here's where you were saying, like, they couldn't overtake Frentzen, but now Frentzen's 3 seconds in the lead. So he's got clear air. He's off.
Yep.
We've got a replay here of... Oh, this is and it's a slow motion replay of the pass.
How he gets that car stopped offline. Just
so
amazing.
What's interesting there is he's getting the overtake done on Coulthard, and then he has to somehow not overtake Hakkinen. So he's got like 2 things to do. All right, now the rain's properly coming down, and this is in an era where you can race. So
here we go.
Now when there's rain, you go, oh crap, this is terrible, and that's it. And Hakkinen comes in.
Yes.
So Hakkinen rolls the dice here. This is like a button type gamble.
This is less Hakkinen and more Ron Dennis seeing Fisichella having issues and getting afraid.
All right, Cristina, who's correct?
Wait.
Hakkinen coming in or the others staying out? Come on, put your reputation.
I think coming in.
Coming in is good or bad?
Good.
Good. So some rain, good. Be on the right tyre at the right time. God, these stops are so slow. I thought something. I thought something went wrong. I thought something went wrong, but no, that is a normal pit stop. Would I like a spoiler as to whether it was the right?
Would you like to know? It was 31.727 seconds, that pit stop.
Oh wow! What Delta?
And now Irvine is in. Watch carefully.
Yeah. Oh,
keep watching. Watch some more.
This is Ferrari.
No. Keep on watching.
I don't like the amount of time I'm having to watch for.
No, keep on going. It's almost over. I promise. They're going to cut back to it in a second, and you'll see in a minute. There we go. We found the fourth tire.
Oh my God! They
lost his right rear tire.
Oh, so that's not Irvine. That's Salo.
Oh, is that Salo? Salo had a nose cone chain. Oh, you tricked me. Damn it! I gave away all my good stuff.
So I suspect then here. This is like a Red Bull thing where they've brought Salo in to stick him on the wets. And so they've got one lap to say, right, how does Salo do? And then we'll decide whether to bring Irvine in.
Because remember, the race here for Irvine and Ferrari is with Hakkinen. And they're even on points right now. So Hakkinen coming in opens the door for this. Now you got to watch. Here's Irvine.
So that's Irvine in now.
Keep watching.
Yeah. I can...
Keep watching. Do you notice anything missing?
Yes. Oh, no.
You notice something missing?
Oh, Ferrari. Oh, my God.
They have Ferrari'd so hard right here. Oh, my. If you could see Christina's face right now, it's worth $1 million.
This is like Ricciardo in Monaco.
Are we sure this is the right tire? Yes, put it on,
that's not.
please.
Is that the right tire? Is that the right tire? Oh my God, they spend ages deciding if it's the right tire, and he's off, and that is a 28-second stationary stop for Eddie Irvine, trying to fight back from P9.
And so, hilariously, after the race, Irvine says our strategy was wrong. We should have been attacking and not covering off Hakkinen. But as to that particular thing, they had expected originally Irvine in the pits. But Salo came in because he had nose cone damage. So they had to ditch Irvine's tires, put Salo's tires and nose cone on, and he came back in and they hadn't gotten themselves reassembled. And he went on to say, then when I came in, they could not find one of my tires. They eventually found it and I lost a lot of time. It is difficult when you have one group of mechanics serving 2 cars. And that was the state of Formula One in 1999, almost the 21st century. They still hadn't figured out that, if we have different teams for each car, it'll be a lot more organized.
The heck?
There you go. Fun fact.
That's insane. And they didn't even have a cost cap. They could have just spent money on more people.
Infinite money.
Exactly.
Infinite money.
Yeah, right?
Literally had infinite money. Yeah.
Like money
Especially
load,
Ferrari.
Rosebud, print more. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate.
So as we saw Schumacher, and this is one of my bugbears with these safety chicanes, he just fully launched over it. and the
Right.
ride height of these cars, I think at the time, just handled it well. So as long as you weren't specifically in a battle for an overtake, you could just send it over the grass on a chicane.
Yeah. So if you're playing along at home, the Irvine stop was 48 seconds, 48 painful seconds, and that happened on lap 21. But as you'll see that it's not really getting any wetter.
No, so Hakkinen is now in 10th place. And who just pitted in front of, that was a back marker that just pitted in front of Frentzen, I think. So Frentzen's still out. And then we've got...
it was Sallow again, I think.
I'll test it. Oh, look. Oh, we finally get a graphic, do we?
They put Sallow on wets, and they had to bring him back in and put him on
that's
dry
right, yeah. So they
tires.
experimented with Sallow to the Finn, Mika Salo.
Yeah.
So we've got Frentzen out, and then we've got Ralf Schumacher now in a net P2. We've got Coulthard there in P3, and Hakkinen conveniently got himself out of the way. And we've got Fisichella now 10 seconds back with Rubens Barrichello. Rubens Barrichello in the... Is he in a BAR as well, is he?
No, he's not in a BR. He was in the other Prost, I think. Let me just...
I don't remember that at all, that Barrichello was in a Prost.
No, he was in the other Stewart.
Okay, there
it was truly...
So it's Herbert and Barrichello in the Stewart. And the Stewarts also were on the hard tyres for this to start as well. Yeah. Do you know who Johnny Herbert is,
terrible
Christina?
Qualifying. He had a terrible qualifying. He started like in 13th or 15th place. Here we go.
So that is, who's that? Irvine?
Yeah.
Down the inside of Coulthard. No, of Hakkinen.
Yeah.
Irvine.
So Irvine has managed to overtake Hakkinen for like P10 or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it's because Irvine is coming in to put on tires. I don't know.
No. I think I know what's happening. So I think Irvine took the gamble to wets?
It didn't look like he did, but it's also hard to tell in potato vision.
He went to dries. Yeah, potato vision. He went to dries, but had the long stop. That put him behind Hakkinen, who is still persevering on the wets.
Yes.
And now we've got Irvine on fresh. Oh, I don't know anymore. But you just didn't get this information back then. And also you'd have Maury Walker going, oh my God, an alien has landed. And then you'd have Martin Brundle going, no, that's the McLaren. So I think that is Irvine down the inside of Hakkinen struggling on his wet tires. So for whatever reason...
is I didn't have that in the official pit stop report.
Yeah, but Hakkinen is just persisting. For some reason, Hakkinen is fully persisting on those wet tires. Like he's made the gamble and then he's doubled down. Whereas he could have, and remember, only Irvine is his championship contender at this point. So if he'd have just the next lap gone, oh no, it's not right, and come in for dries again, he would be around level with Irvine. Let's see.
Okay, here we go. Now this is should be lap 24 with Hakkinen in for some not wet tires.
Yeah. So now he suddenly gives up on that. So Stuart is saying, Rubens Barrichello was on the Stuart. Pete says Irvine was on the slicks, Mika was on the wets, correct.
Yep.
And Mark was saying, this is all for 10th place.
For a chance to score a point and be ahead of your rival going into the last race, which was the inaugural Malaysian Grand Prix, by the way. Very, very sorely missed race.
Oh, I'd love to go back to...
MotoGP still goes there, though. So if you've got a hankering, you could at least watch some two-wheel cars go around.
Stop trying to make MotoGP happen. It's not going to happen.
Not trying to make MotoGP happen.
You're making fetch happen.
Nope. So absolutely not.
So this is Fishy Keller.
Yes, Fishy Keller.
Fishy Keller, same on my subtitles.
It's the best.
Going around. Back markers, though, they caught the back markers much more quickly in those days.
Yeah. Back markers were much slower back then.
So Fisichella and Schumacher. So we've got a Jordan followed by a Williams. By the way, Ralf Schumacher, who but in this commentary, they're calling him Ralphie. They're full on bezies.
Who is it? Somebody nicknamed him Schumi 2, I think, or something like that.
What did they call Leclerc's little brother?
They called him Junior, but he was his older brother.
Yeah.
That's actually his older brother. They called him Junior, though. Yeah.
So Arthur Leclerc is older than Charles Leclerc.
I think so.
Right.
No,
Am I wrong?
Arthur's
No?
younger. They
Thank-
have an
okay.
older brother. They do. But Charles
Okay.
is the middle one.
I see.
Right.
Yeah, and Arthur's the little one.
So we've got Heinz-Harald Frentzen ahead of Ralf Schumacher, and then the Scot, David Coulthard behind.
Now, if you, because you're probably listening to us say all sorts of clever stuff, but if you actually go back and listen to the commentary, it's wild how wrong Murray Walker is about almost everything, but he's so excited you don't notice at the time.
But the thing is, like, when he was with James Hunt, it was fine because they were both either wrong and or drunk and aggressive.
Yeah. And he'll say something and Brundle will quietly sort of go, well, actually, I think that's not a Jordan. I think
I shared a pretty wild 40 minutes on a sofa with James Hunt's son, whose name escapes me, who was also a racer.
And somehow Ferrari is back in the pit lane. No? That Ferrari?
No, that's Winfield. That is the Williams. It's confusing because the pit crew is in red, but I think that's Ralf Schumacher's pit crew. And he comes in.
Okay, so Schumacher is now, you didn't see it, but he had an off and he's now in to try and undercut.
But if he's pitted now, that does suggest that he was low fueled, which might explain some of the amazing pace that he had at the beginning of the race.
He was going for the undercut on Coulthard and Frentzen.
I can just sense that Christina's like, where's my lifetime?
What?
No, it's just wild. I had to do a lot of reading to even be able to tell you that.
It's so hard to tell what's going on. We just had to rely on Murray Walker getting it wrong and then Martin Brundle correcting him.
Yeah, that's pretty much that was the vibe, but it was a fun vibe though. Here we go. But it was a nice stop.
Go on, Christina, what you saying?
Stop.
Oh, I'm getting distracted by my cat who's right here. Quite frankly, that's what's happening.
It's probably an improvement over the racing at this point.
How Christina of you. Ralf Schumacher then comes out.
It's 26 and a half seconds. It's that pit stop. Nice and fast.
Is that him out of it? Like, do we?
No, he's not out of it at all.
Okay.
He's made his first. So if you didn't stop for wets, you're looking at choosing between a 1 or a 2 stop strategy for this race. He's chosen the 2 stop and an undercut. Possibly, as you say, related to his fuel strategy as well.
So we're looking at a squiggly Fisichella being chased down by Coulthard. This might be a good time for some more of your facts, Matt.
Squiggly. So we didn't watch the start because there was an aborted start.
Good point.
That was caused by either Genet raising his hand to say he had stalled his car and or people lining up in the wrong spot on the grid. But at the start, that didn't happen. There was also a jump start after the lights were on by like about 6 cars. And there is a theory on the internet, which is exactly how I'm choosing my words carefully. There is a theory on the internet that what had been going on as we look at Prost as Panis, and there was a theory on the internet that the teams had found there was a tone they could hear over the radio, that they heard a very specific amount and set amount of time before the lights went out, and they were using this to cheat the start. And the FIA had been informed of this, and at this race, they played the tone, but they held the lights, and that's why there was a jump start. The other theory is that the drivers reacted to the yellow abort start light coming on because they were just like ready to go. And the moment they saw something that wasn't all red lights, they just went.
Yeah, I think you're twitching.
I'll let you pick which one you think you want to believe in.
I think it's much more likely that if the lights just didn't change eventually, like you're twitching, you're ready to go. So you're just waiting for any kind of signal. And if 3 seconds passes, like I think you just like, boom. Let's go.
Yeah,
I do
the
like
moment anything looks different, you're off.
I love the conspiracy theory, though. We, in the YouTube video now, are at 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 27 seconds, and we're watching Heinz-Harald Frentzen as it switches to Coulthard being... No, that is Mika Hakkinen being overtaken by Fisichella. Yep. That's how badly... Where's Hakkinen's pace gone, then? He was a front-running car. He's now on slicks.
I want to say he's just basically sulking on track right now.
Oh no! This is
you know he was prone to that.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah,
See, I think
I
Hamilton,
think he was
Hamilton
kind
is
of prone to these
Hamilton
very
is prone-
dramatic emotional
Yeah.
swings.
I think Hamilton is prone to that as well. When things are going very badly, to be like, well, it's go. See, I told you we did the wrong thing.
Imagine, yeah, like we don't have access to the. Ooh, goodness, that was very. Well, sorry, I forget. I'm about a couple of seconds.
Oh, look at that! The rear end
There you go.
twitches. I was going to say, we noticed it a few laps back. Fisichella's rear end twitched on power, but it twitched under braking there. He skipped the final chicane. Does he get to keep that place?
He hasn't. Yeah, he does. They haven't pitted yet, so they're pushing on, chasing.
Neither of them have pitted
a
yet.
better choice between a 1 or 2 stop than Schumacher, who's clearly committed to the 2 stop. So Fisichella is just trying to hang on, keep Coulthard behind him until he reaches his pit stop, his optimal pit stop lap.
There's Eddie Jordan, rest in peace. Eddie Jordan there with a fun team, with a fun ethos, very outspoken, and this would be a dream win for. Sadly, I can. Oh, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
I have a memory that I'm not sure is correct.
Okay, well that's fair. But what this does mean is that Frentzen is just like banging out the laps, free from pressure.
Well, it looks like he's got Coulthard putting on a bit of pressure there. Oh, I see. So these guys are yet to pit.
Mm-hmm.
So they were.
Sorry, you were talking about Fisichella, but I'm watching the Jordan and the now pay attention. Now pay attention. I think we've got about one more lap to go till the pit stops for the leaders start happening, because they're going to the, like Pirelli puts out the strategy things. There's a very clear point, which is best in the race. And Schumacher came in early.
Yeah.
These
it
guys,
just says lap 31, I presume of like mid-50s. There you go.
Yeah. So we're really coming up to their pit stop window, and they've just taken everything out of the tires.
But that says like earlier, you have to wonder whether Hakkinen was maybe lower fueled, and that's why they pulled the trigger to maybe take advantage of the rain. And who's that down the? There's an overtaking maneuver that looks like a Benetton down the inside of. So that's Fisichella. Hakkinen.
That's Hakkinen losing another spot. He's in like 14th now.
That was ages ago.
Yeah.
Or is that the other Benetton? Who's in the other Benetton?
They said it was Hakkinen. No, the other Benetton was
unless it is
Wirtz, Alex Wirtz, who's already out of the race.
Oh, so he's out. So another blue car. There we go.
Yeah. So that's Hakkinen sulking on track. That's what that is.
I'm thinking,
or maybe he's just got a fuel strategy we don't know about.
I'm thinking of doing this, by the way, for the whole 2012 season.
Ooh,
doing
that's a good one.
Not for the main feed, but maybe as like a TikToky thing. Or, because 2012, there were lots of up and downs there. So here we go. So we have got I've lost track now. So that's Hakkinen with the blue helmet there. Oh man,
here we go. They come in at the same time.
So that's
here they go.
So Frentzen in, and then also Coulthard in behind. So the two leaders
same time. Yeah,
at the same time.
Pit stop battle.
All these pit stops look like they're going disastrously wrong, but these are normal pit stops. Frentzen is out in 7 seconds, and that is a good stop for the time. And they come back out line astern.
Yes, they do, but don't go to sleep just yet.
Cristina, what was that about?
don't worry about it.
Was it cat related?
Sure.
Okay. Fair enough. And no, right. Okay,
Welcome to the 90s, kids.
I think I remembered this. Like you don't want this. You don't want cars just randomly stopping. Heinz Harold Frentzen disappointing team boss and principal Eddie Jordan, and the car just stops on track. I assume with a similar failure to Damon Hill on lap 1.
You would think they might be sort of related. Yeah.
Ugh. Well, then it's kind of your fault, Eddie. That's your car. That's your team. They built that car.
Yeah. It wasn't how it was being driven.
Mm-hmm.
It was the parameters you imposed on the design.
So Coulthard leads.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to say, Coulthard disappointed me in this whole era.
Dramatic shot of...
It's billed as an overtake.
Of Frentzen just like slowing to a stop.
Frentzen giving it a lot of room on the outside of turn 2. Coulthard going through for the lead as Frentzen hits his steering wheel in frustration. By the way, follow Heinz-Harald Frentzen on Twitter. He's quite funny on
is
Twitter,
hilarious.
yeah. And his daughter has a fairly good either TikTok or Instagram account as well. Where
that was electrical.
Do you follow that?
According to the notes.
I don't follow her, but I've seen her come across my page. Yes.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
I bet he knows a few stories about Eddie Jordan.
Cool. Let's reach. If you know Heinz-Harald Frentzen, reach out and mention that I think that Schumacher was overrated, and maybe we can get him on. So,
believe it or not, for a '90s race, we're more than halfway through.
Where is my weather?
Oh! What is this?
Oh, so that getting sideways there is Mika Salo into the final hairpin. Do you know what's going on now? As soon as you start to lose tyre wear, or as soon as there's moisture on the track, which there is now, the second they touch the throttle, the rear is just I would love to see that now. I would love to see the drivers having to deal with like being precious on the throttle. So is this rain now, Matt? Why are people coming in?
This is the heavens have opened. Dogs and cats are hitting the track at the same time. It is pouring. It is bucketing right now.
Chris in the live chat says, were there no yellow flags at all for that? Chris?
No.
This was the 90s, mate.
None.
Yeah.
None. Yeah. Again, inflation. Like that's just yellow flags, as your engineer probably told you about it.
Right. The 90s, like our parents in the 90s, they'd have more kids in case they lost one. That's the era that we're talking about here.
Or so they could send them out looking for the one that they couldn't find at the moment. Yeah.
One survived. It weren't the good one, but we'll be happy with that. We'll make do. We'll make do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that was Herbert into the pits onto wet tires, by the way.
Johnny Herbert in the Stewart.
And the Stewart, who this is his first pit stop, and apparently there we go. Somebody else is out of the race. Alesi in the Sauber is out of the race.
John Alesi
went.
I'd forgotten that John Alesi went to Sauber from Ferrari.
Yeah, that was a drive shaft failure, by the way, for those of you who are playing along at home.
I wonder if Alesi has had the most DNFs of any driver I've watched.
I just like any driver from that period probably has the most DNFs because man, were these not reliable cars. This is not the car you want to have to commute to work every day.
So this is Coulthard leading the Grand Prix.
Right. So this has gone kind of crazy. They
36 laps in, and I'll just say we're at 1 hour 38 minutes into the YouTube video.
Yeah, there you go. Here goes somebody else. Round and round and round they go.
That has got to be, oh God, that's a horrible livery, whatever that is. That's Pedro de la Rosa in the what? That's a horrible car. Orange at the front and black at the rear. Audi, look at this race.
No, that's the Arrows. That's the Arrows.
Was that the Arrows, was it?
De la Rosa's and the Arrows.
Oh, that's a disgusting livery. That is a horrible livery.
It was a one stop for Herbert, and he caught the rain perfectly and went onto the wet tires.
Who's this down the inside then?
That's Coulthard.
That's Coulthard and a back marker.
Who you're going to want to keep an eye on.
That's a back marker.
Eye on him.
That's a back marker that he's getting past there. Into the final.
There are back markers, but notice how well his car is doing on traction right now because he's not come in for wet tires yet.
Yeah. Right, so he's staying out on dries.
He's stayed out. He's being brave. He's staying out. Just keep your eye on this battle coming up here.
Christina, I know you've grown up in an era with rubbish driver helmets, but look at that. The St. Andrew's cross on the top of that helmet. Distinctive. And he had that for his whole career.
Wait, I don't know what the St. Andrew's cross looks like.
It's a white diagonal cross on a blue background. Scotland!
Yes.
And in the car, he actually, on the steering wheel, his display is just Braveheart on a loop.
And there we go.
Oh, that is Ralf Schumacher off in his Williams Super
No, that's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar that's off with the split livery.
So I'm the Murray Walker, and you're the... Oh, that is Coulthard off! Oh, no!
Yep. Yeah, and he's found what we like to call the wall in technical terms.
Is that his fault?
With that particular movement? Yeah, totally.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Whoops.
He overdid it with his judgment of the available traction exceeded reality.
So Schumacher, we've got a shot of Schumacher.
You're going to see exactly what he does. Yeah. And you'll remember that's where Fisichella, where like a lot of people had trouble
can save that.
At
save that
corner.
Save that. You can save that, DC.
That's the...
he locks the brakes on the grass.
There's no saving it once you're on that grass.
I think keep those wheels rolling. Oh my goodness. What were you snorting at, Tina?
Oh, I didn't snort. He did.
That was not the cat.
That was Squeaks.
It was 100% the cat.
Oh my goodness.
Look at this. Look at this face. Look at how locked in he is.
Yeah.
Like the
If you're
90s?
bored with the race, just check out Christina's cat, Squeaks McGee.
Christina.
Clearly the star of our broadcast.
Christina, for the love of God, get like a dating app. My goodness, just download all of them and just go for it.
And again, like you're going to see like on traction, every time they change gears, the rear end just says, oh, maybe I go, maybe I stay.
Like the
I'm not
upshift
sure.
timing was definitely much more of an issue for those guys under traction.
What is it? Like that Clash song.
Yeah.
Should I stay or should I go? The rear end, every gear shift.
So
If you're
Schumacher
on the slicks.
has now inherited the lead.
Yep.
And I have to say, like, obviously he's racing well. He was doing well to keep up with those guys. But Hakkinen moved himself out of the way with a bad strategy. Coulthard has now crashed. Where's Frentzen? Oh, Frentzen had the
Frentzen is
engine.
done. He
They
had the
engine
electrical, or was it electrical?
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for him
yeah,
it was
yeah.
electrical. And for Alazy, who we also saw stopping, that was a drive shaft.
Yeah,
Coulthard's
Mark
done.
says about the DC thing, it's the slowest crash ever. It was in slow motion that we saw there, but it just felt savable. If you look at Norris,
but
this year, 2025, Norris and Piastri going off in the Australian Grand Prix.
Oh, right. Yeah.
do you know what I
Very
mean?
good one.
Like Norris did amazing. He was just really finessing the steering just to get it on, whereas Piastri was a little bit heavier on the steering.
Whatever. I just, it's got a whiff of Stroll in Brazil.
Oh my God, no, don't. Compare nothing to that. Compare nothing to that. That's it.
Man, they're still struggling with the car. Who's that?
Okay. So
That's in one of the arrows.
It's wet now, right?
Yeah, it's treacherously wet.
There's a dry line starting to appear. Is everyone on wets now?
No, everyone is not on wets.
Pete says.
But do you know which tires they're on? No, because there's not any.
There's no
timing for you to
graphics.
tell
There's no
you.
live
Yeah.
timing.
No one thought we needed to know this.
Pete says that's a bit of a typical DC David Coulthard thing. You get excited because he's doing well, and then I have to say, Coulthard just disappointed me throughout this whole era, and we were very excited for a British driver, and I was very if you wanted to accuse me of British bias back then, nailed on. Yeah, absolutely, 100% guilty as charged. And let's just say that Coulthard became less British and more Scottish as the time went on.
Yeah. Now, if you watch carefully, you will see certain cars spinning up vortices off the rear wing end plates.
Herbert P3. Is that does he have to pit? Is that genuine? Where are we?
No, that's genuine. He's had his one pit stop. He is on wet tires though,
so he's timed that perfectly.
He let's see, it was he, Badoer, and
Badoer. Don't say Badoer. Don't Americanize it. Badoer.
All came in at the same time on lap 35. I believe Alazy, who's out now. Alazy actually was the first one of them in. But Herbert, timed it perfectly. He was running the one stop. So when the huge rains came, he's just like, oh, seems like a good time to bet on some wet tires because it's soaked out there. And he's still on them right now. Schumacher, I think, isn't. I think Schumacher is on dry tires.
So it looks like the perfect thing here was to ignore the first shower.
Yeah.
Then react to the second one. But it's now looking like it's starting to go to dry.
But it's
tires
drying up again.
Yeah.
So you have put yourself in a position if you bet on the wet tires.
That
But you were
BAR is-
faster on those wet tires, and the pit stops are so long, and it's like, oh man, I can't even imagine. And the strategist is like some guy with a TI 84 and a bunch of paper, a bunch of engineering paper, just scratching his head, going, "Wait, what?"
See that BAR livery? If that was launched in livery season now, I would be apoplectic with rage.
Do you know why it's there?
Is there
Do
a
you know
story?
why it's there? Because
No,
they
I
made a deal with the sponsors. They were going to run one livery on each car, and the FIA said, you can't do that. And they said, oh, okay, well, how about we do this ugly thing instead? And the FIA said, that's fine. They said, great, you're going to have to live with that for a whole season.
Irvine...
You're going to have to look at it, and it's all your fault, and you know it.
Ugh, horrible. Irvine's in P7, and his pit wall holds up a sign which is saying, Irvine?
Which is saying, we are checking. I think that's what it says.
God, the
We
ra-
are check.
We are chicken.
Come on, that was good. That was good.
We are.
By the way, it's talking about Adami being out at Ferrari. I didn't realize that Adami was also there for Vettel as well. And so I've been finding clips of Adami and Vettel and going, what? How? How did it get to this point?
Aye.
So this is
Who are we watching? That's Irvine now in P7.
it's got to be Irvine, because why would we be watching Salo for any reason whatsoever?
I think that is Salo, actually. I don't think Irvine had a... it is
there's-
Irvine. Yeah,
there's
it is
swings
Irvine.
It's Irvine, yeah.
So P7, he's going to get onto some wets now.
Because it's drying up, they're going to put him on wets. This tracks.
Good.
Yes,
The chat is saying
entirely.
that they hated the BAR livery at the time
Yeah.
and now hate it.
Oh, yeah,
even
those are
more.
definitely wets.
Yeah.
But so has it started to rain more?
No.
So why is Ferrari going on to wets now? They've just like waited and gone.
Because Ferrari,
The fuel cap,
those of you might say, Ferrari's Ferrari.
the fuel cap is up on the Ferrari.
Trust
is
me,
that
if
normal?
you've been alive
The
as long
fuel-
as me and Spanners, it's nothing.
Speak for
Nothing
yourself,
compared to this
Grandad.
race. Yeah.
The Ferrari fuel cap is still up. I don't know if that's normal or if it forces itself down with aero. But yeah, he comes out just ahead of what I assume is Fisichella, because that's the only Benetton left.
Yep.
Those cars do look good. I have to say, the 2026 cars look much more like this than the 2022 cars.
Sorry, Murray Walker has just said out, presumably because of a problem. It just makes me laugh.
Oh, no, but they had so much less to work with. If you listen to the
Oh,
Sky
I know.
team
They had
now,
nothing.
the
Like a
Sky
pair of
team have-
binoculars and
Yeah.
just pluck.
And also Walker would he would forget that he is in the commentary box, right? And so he'd go, and here they come past us now. But like for the whole lap, we're watching them come past the TV cameras. But he would always
Now,
be very specific to where he was.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you one thing. If you listen to this broadcast carefully,
Oh,
which
3
you're
cars
not
side
going
by
to be
side.
if we're talking over.
Yeah. Oh, well, hang on. There's a little bit of action here on track. I can't tell
That's
which car
Herbert
is which.
lapping somebody.
That's Herbert lapping Hakkinen. That is
Yeah.
Johnny Herbert
That's
in
Herbert
the Stewart
lapping.
lapping
And a
Mika
Stewart
Hakkinen.
Ford, and a Stewart Ford, by the way, Ford who's come back to the grid.
And what's that blue car? And that is also a BAR about to lap
That's
Hakkinen.
Fisichella about to
Oh my
end his
God.
race.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
God.
ended his race.
Fisichella
There we go.
loses the rear end.
I just feel like somehow he's related to Mazza Spin somehow. Like he just keeps on going off the track. you know?
Yeah, this is Fisichella was just
Was this the one that took him out? Lap
Hold
48.
it.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
it.
about right.
Bit of drifting. He's got the power on. That feels good. That's it. Get the power on with opposite lock. That he could save that.
Yeah, no, he's very good at saving it. But then also, actually, bingo, very important. Do you know who was chasing him?
No.
Herbert. was chasing him.
For P2 then. And
For
then
P2
we've
then.
got Ralph Schumacher struggling. And I think Schumacher is now P1. Ralphie. is
Yeah.
P1. And is he on dries? So the
Yeah, Schumacher stayed out.
So-
Schumacher, I don't think, went to wets.
So here,
as far as I can tell.
in this era of F1, it could rain, and because you have the groove tires, you could choose to stay on the dry tires and struggle and just go for it.
Yeah, because you would still be clearing water, whereas with slicks, you're really not clearing water, and it's a very, very different sort of a thing. So where are you in your tire wear? How hot are your tires when you start? Can you keep them up to temperature with the different braking and traction? Then those all sort of play into whether wets are a better choice. But you can see now, aside from a commercial I'm getting here,
Yeah,
you can see the sun re-emerging.
Yeah.
Up, here we go. And here comes Schumacher in for his, one presumes, last stop.
So Craig's asking, was Ted Kravitz or a similar role? It was James Allen. And by the way, James Allen loves Christina. I was speaking to James Allen in Miami. He was like, that girl, that lady there. He was like, oh, she's so good. She's so talented. And I had to I was playing it cool. I was like, I actually know her, James. I actually know James. I know her. But yeah, he's a big fan of yours, Christina.
He's stellar as well. Love his podcast.
Yeah.
But you can see now they're starting to try and find water to cool the tires to people on wet tires. And there's Herbert, I think, coming up. One of the ones doing that.
I feel like that's a very plain livery compared to what Stuart had in the previous years. Where's the tartan? I can't see the tartan. Oh, there's a spinner.
Whoop.
Who's that?
Yep. That would be your favorite and mine, Takagi.
That's the arrows.
And the arrows. Yeah.
So Takagi finally completes his Maldonado arc and loses a wheel. Did he just crash on a straight?
It was on traction out of a corner, yes.
I think he just crashed on a straight. That was going down onto the back straight, and that wheel is
that wheel actually finishes in 13th
I think that wheel is taking a better line than Takagi has done.
It actually finishes the race, believe it or not.
By the way, sick helmet design by Takagi.
Yep,
Very
see,
modern.
there you go. Just like he got a little bit. I think he got up onto the painted curb.
Yeah.
And it turned the car around. on him.
That's the final exit onto that back straight. So it's very important to get on the power as early as you can, and then in the wet and the curbs, and then
you want to maximize that. And there, just like a little bit of white paint,
and no wheel tether, so the wheels can just go free.
Those got added to. This race actually led to a fair number of structural changes.
Mm-hmm. So the roll hoop was strengthened after this.
Yeah. I think the wheel tethers were as well. Trying to think if there's anything else I can recall. I'm still holding on to my bombshell though till we see the end of the race. But I have a bombshell that's going to ruin everything for you.
Okay, so millennial/Gen Z update on the broadcast and race. Cristina, how are we holding up?
I still only sort of know where everyone is. I think as a sponsor, I would be really annoyed that everything is so blurry. Like, why would we pay money for this when you can't tell?
Tellies were much smaller, and you'd have to sit close to it and then get told off by your parents.
Yeah. Well, we had a small television, I will say, and we had bunny ears that I had to stand up to go and adjust to try and get the right
so
channel.
you are of that era. Oh, and by the way, Schumacher, just like with Coulthard there, on the final corner, gets the run on the inside, and I guess it is that Williams engine that they have, the Supertech engine, just isn't able to keep up with the Stewart. I don't know what engine did the Stewart have.
It had the Ford engine, one of which has already failed in this race.
But like, Schumacher did exactly the right thing out of that final chicane into that hairpin. Sorry, Cristina, interrupted you.
Oh, I had said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
It's all pixelated.
Yeah, but you're spoilt by high res. Like I remember, even in the early 2000s, I'd go and watch like World Cup matches in the pub, and the footballers, you could barely until they zoomed in, you couldn't tell which player it was. It was just very pixelated, and we were just used to we were pleased just to have the pictures at all.
Here we go. It's lap 47. I've reestablished my parameters. Oh,
nice one.
Here.
We're at
and you're
1
going to want to
hour
pay attention.
and 53 minutes into the YouTube video.
Definitely going to want to pay attention to this lap.
Dry line starting to appear as we watch Fisichella. I'm having to. If you hear me go quiet, it's because I'm leaning in to see the low res. You are right, Cristina. You're not wrong to criticize the resolution. As we see a McLaren. I think that must be Coulthard. No, it's Coulthard being chased down by Fisichella, right?
Yeah, in the other Benetton, I believe. Yep.
So I have a 32-inch monitor, and it is like 1/3 of my screen is this. If you blow it up any bigger, it's like it just.
And here we go. We're gonna have a pit stop in a second. Pay attention.
That's Stuart. That's Johnny Herbert.
That's correct.
So he must have been fueled low. Then he must have fueled low in the first stop.
No, he made the one stop at lap 35. He was a one stop all the way for him because he started way at the back, which you'll notice back markers tend to run that overcut kind of strategy.
Yeah.
Because it puts them into free air for longer.
So that puts him ahead of Hakkinen.
He should be coming out, I think.
He's ahead of
third,
Hakkinen.
Maybe? Let me see. I think I have it.
Well, Hakkinen's P10.
I have it written down somewhere.
Hakkinen's P10, and I feel like we've just watched Herbert come out in front of Hakkinen. So why Herbert's P9
then? He's out P3 because back markers.
Okay.
So Herbert came in from P2.
Hakkinen's a back marker. Hakkinen's a back marker.
Hakkinen is lapped at this point. Hakkinen is behind Herbert. Yes.
Hakkinen ended up
like
winning
a whole lap
2
behind him.
championships in this
lap.
car. Yeah.
And now everyone's excited because Luca Badoer,
Badoer.
you're welcome,
Badoer.
is a Minardi. Now, Minardi has scored no points this season, and he's in 4th place. And look at him go. Look at him go. He's in 4th place. It looks like finally Minardi are going to score a point this season.
And Fisichella up the inside
Fisichella
of...
on Irvine. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
So Irvine's really struggling then.
Irvine's last pit stop. They got, he said actually after the race that the balance was off at the end, and he just had no pace at all. Sounds like,
Schumacher wins this championship at a canter, doesn't he, without that injury?
Yeah, or Irvine does if Schumacher hadn't taken all the points. But you're going to see where it all goes wrong for him. Well, really, where did it all ups? And there we go.
Okay.
About that.
No, Christina's hand signals are perfect. She's like, "What's going? What is happening there?"
Yeah.
Like the resolution was not good enough to see what was happening there, but Fisichella is out.
And he just spun off and just got out of the car and said, "I've had it."
I don't think Cristina would have survived the 90s. Here you go, Fisichella.
Yeah. No, actually, I think what it is, if I'm right, they didn't have starters. So if you didn't get the clutch in, the engine dies and you're done. You can't restart the car.
I'm sorry, but that Fisichella has looked horrible under acceleration this whole race. Yep. And then and then finally that is pure. That's on him.
So now that's put Irvine into the points ahead of Hakkinen. Important to note. So now, because they were tied going in, he would be taking a 1-point lead into Malaysia if the race were to end now, which it very much does not.
Oh, Fisichella's doing a bit of a hajjar there on the fence.
Yes, he's like,
suck it up,
I'm
Buttercup.
dramatic.
Suck it up,
I'm
Buttercup.
dramatic.
Come on.
Absolutely. I'm being dramatic.
Just eat your feelings. Come on. Eat your feelings.
So
heavy people are harder to kidnap.
And here comes.
Oh, you two are slightly ahead of me. You're doing spoilers.
Here comes. I'm not spoilers. No spoilers, but are you watching?
Yes, I'm watching. Schumacher is doing what David Coulthard should have done and manages to rescue it. There we go.
And you'll notice that he's also missing a rear
puncture.
tire. Yeah, puncture.
From what place? He was in P2?
First.
He was in P1?
By quite a lot, yes. He was like 20 seconds ahead of Herbert.
Wait. Herbert is in P2. That's Herbert in the Stewart behind.
Yes. Yeah. So
I don't remember.
When a Schumacher's So Herbert's already had his last stop.
Is this Johnny Herbert's last season in Formula One?
This is Johnny Herbert's. I don't know if his last season.
I think this is his last season.
Stewart's last season for sure.
I think this is Herbert's last season as well. Does Herbert win this race?
Well, I'm not going to give you any spoilers if you don't know.
You saying you're not giving me spoilers feels like...
I'm not going to give you any spoilers. It ain't over yet, is what I will tell you.
Schumacher's still... Is he ahead? Is he still ahead?
Schumacher is still on track.
What was that, Tina?
And Irvine's just had his last pit stop, which is like his 19th or something because Ferrari.
Okay, Irvine's had... Why? How many pit stops has Irvine had at this point? That's 4.
He had 4 stops in this race. Hakkinen had 2.
Oh, look at this. Right. This is a good save, by the way, from Schumacher. Ralphie. That's a good save. Look at his steering angle. The wheels are never like massively one way or the other. Very controlled.
No,
that looks like Laguna Seca with the corkscrew, the way that goes down to the left.
Yeah, Samantha says, I'm not convinced anyone finishes this race. You wouldn't be wrong if you had that impression.
Have you been to Laguna Seca?
Yes, I have.
Have you been? Did you watch the corkscrew?
I walked the corkscrew, yes, and I got a ride along down the corkscrew.
No, wait, what car?
In one of the 2-seaters.
Well, indeed.
Schumacher's made it back to the pits. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, sorry, it's fine. Yeah, Schumacher's back in the pits, but he's out of the running, presumably. So.
Oh, no. He was like 20 seconds ahead. He was like 20 seconds ahead of Herbert. He's going to
But Herbert got past him on track.
Yeah, because he had a puncture.
So Herbert's P1. Schumacher's P2. And that's a BAR
P2,
behind. That's Villeneuve.
That was Villeneuve coming through.
And then that's a Prost behind. That's Panis?
Truly. Well, it might be Panis. Truly is up there somewhere. So I think the running order now, let me go find it.
How? How are you finding it?
Because
What wizardry
I
is
went
this?
and did the research. It's going to be Herbert, Barrichello, Trulli, and then I think Schumacher came out in fourth.
As we see now, a McLaren down. So that must be Hakkinen challenging
That's
Herbert.
Hakkinen
So right,
trying to
okay,
unlap
right, okay,
himself.
yeah. Oh,
And this is, you were talking about blue flags? Watch this.
so this is like Ocon and Verstappen in Brazil 2019.
Only like on all sorts of steroids. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Hakkinen's finally got some pace. He's woken up, and he's trying to race the race leader from a lap down.
Yeah, he's someone who's done some math and said you might score points if you stop sulking. I think honestly it might have really been fuel saving. Like who knows what.
But
Ron Dennis
if
was
you're
up to.
Herbert here, see Herbert's twitching now. That is that final left-hander into the right-hander onto the back straight. I think. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It might be the
one of
center.
the things I did.
But like, why are you fighting? If you're Herbert, why are you fighting? Just let Hakkinen go. There's Jackie Stewart. I walked past Jackie Stewart on a stairwell, and then I realised I was going the wrong way and had to go back up, and it looked like I was stalking Jackie Stewart, and I wasn't. I wasn't.
Did it on purpose.
I just genuinely was like, oh, I'm going the wrong way. So Ralph Schumacher.
That's a replay.
Of
It's a replay.
the thing.
Replay. Yeah. No. So the thing is, back then, not only were there not blue flags, but like if you were a back marker, like, no, I don't want to be lapped was perfectly acceptable. But Herbert, after the race, said, when I was in the lead, I was just hoping and praying that everything would hold together. I was able to relax a little since I had a gap to Truly.
That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's driving to preserve the car. I didn't say what happened at the end of the race.
Okay, so here we go. We've got Stewart has. So there we go. The Stewart of Johnny Herbert has let Mika Hakkinen go.
Yeah, because he's trying to save. Because he's seen already one of the minorities blow up, and clearly the car. I mean, let's face it. The team is being sold.
Okay,
they probably have no money. It's probably duct tape and baling wire that's holding the car together.
I'll never forget that Kamui Kobayashi.
That
tweeting out pictures
of
of duct tape around the suspension of the Caterham. Yeah,
and you're just like, did they do the math on that? I don't think they did math on that.
And I think
they just sort of figured it would hold.
And that's when who was it? There was an American then jumped in the Caterham for one race and went.
Was it Rossi?
No, it wasn't Rossi. 2013 it was. No. Yeah, I think it was 2013. Can't remember. But he was a GT driver. Oh, shit. Ooh. Second swear on the stream 2 weekends.
He wasn't. It was a German, though. It was...
He had a German name, but it was...
He was in Formula E.
Lotterer. Andre Lotterer. It was Andre
He's
Lotterer.
not American.
Isn't he? Oh, okay.
I've met him. I've interviewed him, by the way. In Formula E.
Is that when you were an accredited journalist at one time?
In fact, it was.
Yeah.
He had a jump start. And that was the second year. That was the first year that the Toro Rosso driver.
So it looks like we've got two Prosts racing each other on screen now.
Yes, one of them is a lap down.
So it's Panis and Della Rosa?
Panis is a lap down, and he wants to unlap himself on Trulli, who's in third place.
I see. Truly's in
second
third.
place.
Yeah,
Second place.
Truly in third.
Remember, if you were paying attention earlier, I talked about who came in the same lap as Herbert. Trulli was one of the cars that came in the same lap.
No, Mark.
And also on a one stop.
Scott Speed drove for Toro Rosso.
No. French driver, Jean-Eric Verne.
Jev. Right.
Yeah,
I have to say,
was,
overall, as a broadcast, as it goes to adverts, like I've hated the experience of going back and watching a 1998 broadcast. I want to watch this race in the style
2026
of
production.
Yeah.
Which we are absolutely not set up to do. So apologies for that.
Christina, if you're struggling watching it, I am as well.
Yeah. It's mostly just trying to keep up with stuff.
Yeah.
And my big thing is because they have F1 TV, I really wish that they would go and be like, oh, well, we revamped for like, I think that would have been a cool project for them for the 75th year to go back with F1 TV and revamp some of the broadcasts so you could have graphics and higher quality as a like 75th
You,
celebration.
I
Do
But
think
you
they didn't.
remember
would you need like AI to make it like 1080p?
Sean Kelly, the stats
Yeah.
guy?
You definitely wouldn't need AI. You
He
would just need
had,
people who know how to
I
do
think at one
enhancement.
point, he had a proposal to do these races. Like there was a show where they would just like annotate stuff,
Mhm.
you know, like things that had happened, but then they throw all sorts of cool facts in. Like this was, you know, this was that first point Minardi scored all season. And they would do like old races like
Yeah.
that, but just fill in all the gaps. But it didn't get
Yes.
picked up, unfortunately. But it would be an absolutely killer thing if you could pull it off.
Oh.
I don't know if the FIA has the same like lap charts and stuff like that they do now. I haven't actually gone back
Did
and looked
either of
through
you
the
two
archives.
watch
But
the 2012 season, like
if you
fully, like from start to finish at the
Yeah.
time?
you would have enough information then. But if you wonder why Joe Sayward always charts every race, this is why.
So if we did 2012, and I'm thinking of like more of a social media thing, where I
Yeah.
sit and watch along for 2012 and invite people to join me, I'll have to consult with you, Christina, of the technicalities of getting like, if I'm on a TikTok on my phone, you can
Yes.
join me
Yeah.
as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
As long as the account that's joining you also has the right
The
number
right
of
amount.
followers and
Ah.
checks and balances on their account,
Oh, okay. Then Christina,
then they can
then it's-
join to watch
then
along.
it's, then it's
yes.
only you,
What does that
me,
mean?
Stuffy, and Antonia. Matt's not popular enough on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so there,
no,
I mean,
have no
there's
followers
other
on TikTok.
workarounds. Like you could do it. I can stream my
Sure.
stream
Yeah.
labs.
Yeah. I think I can do that
So,
as well. Yeah.
You can do stuff like that, but yeah, it wouldn't be multiple accounts. It would just be the accounts that.
By the way, this is Hakkinen trying now to pass Irvine
For
for
position.
real world championship wins.
So how has Hakkinen ended up in P7 and Irvine in P6? Okay, so this is going into the final sector, round the outside into that final chicane. Hakkinen's off track, all the way off track, loses a lot of time.
Or did Irvine push him off? Should we
I
have a
don't think
45-minute
so.
discussion?
We should do. I don't think so. To me, that
Can we see a replay of that,
I
please?
think he braked very late.
Oh, here we
tried to
go.
around the-
You're going to get a replay.
Oh, here we
Lucky
go then.
you.
Here you go. So I think here, Hakkinen brakes late. That's great, but just doesn't do enough to stay on
Side
track.
by side into the chicane.
No,
Mm.
Irvine gives him enough.
Irvine doesn't
Ooh,
whack him.
I think Irvine gives him enough.
But look where he is. His front axle was ahead. I'm sorry. That's actually none of those rules applied back then.
No,
That's the
he
best
twitches.
part.
He twitches.
I love this.
No, yeah, Hakkinen is like, he does his best, but in the end, there's a twitch. He can't stay on track.
Not only were there none of these rules, like the drivers were just like, well, you know, whatever.
It was a little bit kind of let them race back then.
It was so
Yeah.
much more. It was. There clearly needs to be a line where a steward intervenes.
Mm.
However, the drivers were given a lot more latitudes amongst themselves to work out. Oh dear,
Oop.
Oh, who's that? Oh.
Zonta.
Christina just makes
Zonta,
like,
who's in like P37.
Christina
right
makes
now.
event noises. Boop.
Whoop.
So that's Zonta in the.
A very pretty car. I want to say it was one of the Prost cars.
It was the same one as Takagi. What was that one? Was that the?
No, Takagi was in the Arrows.
Was that not
Zonta
the
was
other Arrows?
Absolutely, he was in the BAR.
Okay. So now, who's this? We've got the remaining McLaren. We've got Mika Hakkinen up behind
So this-
Eddie Irvine fighting for the
Still trying to pass him.
final point.
Sorry.
Down into turn one, shows his nose.
Ooh.
Not on this occasion. I hate when Formula One commentators do this, or all race commentators do this. He's got the run on him. Is he going to make a move? Not on this occasion. It's like, yeah, you know that he didn't get a run. You're just trying to like hype up the drama. And I know that because I did that. I shilled for karting commentary for a few years. You got building up the excitement. Is he going to make a move into this corner where they hardly ever make a move? No, he didn't. You're meant to be very amused by that anecdote, by the way, guys.
You've done that anecdote before.
I know I've never.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
You're meant to act like I've never
oh
done
my
it.
gosh.
I'm a
Oh, here we go.
45-year-old
Here we
dad.
go.
You're meant to act as if that's the first time you've ever heard it.
Oh my goodness.
I
Like the
have
first time you realize that I have blue eyes? Yes. Let's all act shocked.
I have
My
three.
goodness.
I
feel
jokes.
like this is going to be an ongoing bit.
Worst,
Like-
broad-
in his
worst
eyes.
broadcasting niece ever. I have 3 jokes. You're meant to laugh at them all. Johnny Herbert is in P1. Just like, have I I don't remember him winning this late in his career.
I'm not saying he does win.
I feel like you've set me up for heartbreak here because I love Johnny Herbert. I love Johnny Herbert at the time. I liked him as a pundit because I'm not saying, and let me be clear, I am not saying he was a good pundit. I'm saying I liked him as a pundit. There is a big difference.
The thing about Herbert always is he would tell you exactly what he thought about something.
Exactly, yeah. Same as
no
Damon.
regard to what other people thought.
Same as Damon. Same as Jacques
like,
Villeneuve. Same as those guys. Yeah, yeah.
I felt like it was a really important thing to have on that broadcast that I'm not entirely convinced they have now.
Yeah, he was just like us. He was like, well, here's what I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here comes, I think it's Barrichello and the other Stewart chasing down Truly.
Barrichello is in the Prost.
No, Barrichello's in the other Stewart Ford.
Oh, okay. So Barrichello's in P3.
Yep. And Truly's in P2, and Stewart Ford's about to become Red Bull.
Oh, I'd like to look back on this and see what pit stop decisions that Barrichello made.
Oh, if only I had that information right here. What do you want to know?
Well, Barrichello. Sorry, Pip.
Right?
Barrichello outperformed Herbert in this season. So, what was the thing that put Barrichello behind? As we see Hakkinen now coming out of the final corner right behind Irvine. That has got to be like 0.2 seconds.
If you want to know, he pitted 2 laps later than Herbert in the rain. So lap 37 instead of 35. And he made it a 1-stop. So he must have stayed on dry tires. Whereas Herbert pitted twice, but put on the wets when it was wet and gained more time. Now, the other thing we're going to look at real quick is the starting grid.
So that's Barrichello that we're seeing going through the final chicane there and lining up an overtake into T1.
And he qualified worse than Herbert by 1. So Herbert started 14th, Barrichello started 15th.
I love the way that these cars move. Like we haven't seen this in the ground effect era. They just look so planted in this era.
Amount of aero, but also all the engine maps and stuff like that. Like, I don't know the state of engine mapping in 1999, but it was clearly nowhere near what they have now. And it really, no matter how hard they try with the regulations, if you're clever about it, you can give upshift and downshifts to keep the traction so much better.
Oh, we get an update on the places. Look at that. They've dared to tell us Herbert, Truly, Barrichello, Schumacher, Villeneuve, and Marc Genet. So there we go.
So you've missed Badoer going out of the race entirely. But that happened.
Fine. I think I'm okay with it at this point.
He was in 4th with the Minardi's only point, but that promoted Genet to 6th. So they still have a point.
5 laps
Minardi's
to go.
not pointless if it finishes like this, which I'm not saying it does, because it doesn't.
Pete. 5 laps to go. So we are looking now at Barrichello. Oh no!
Yeah.
That's Jacques Villeneuve.
Spoiler alert, another car fails to finish.
So the BAR also had the same engine as the Williams?
I don't know what
they had the Supertech.
BAR
had the Supertech. So Villeneuve. If reliability was like it was then for modern races now, I'd be really pissed off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care.
Really? It's like
I don't think so. No. I think that would be really I would like it if it was this bad. Okay, if it was like
the bar
half
had
of
the Supertech engine,
half of the failures, I'd be like, yes, let's do it. Partially because I would really like to hear the politics of teams being like, you know what, we have a Mercedes engine, and my goodness, and I would like the politics of it. I think that'd be really fun, and the added elements of chaos. You know,
what if I told you that computer games in the 90s recreated the unreliability of engines? So you could be doing really well, and it would suddenly go, nope, your engine blew up.
I love that.
Literally,
crashed and lost all of your progress from the last month.
And these are like spacebar is accelerate, and then ASDW. Oh, up the inside goes.
Yeah.
Is that
Barrichello again trying to get and this is Irvine and I believe Hakkinen.
So Irvine locks up into that final hairpin, and does he hold it? No, he's off. Well, okay, you can't hold that position. You're fully off in an overtaking move. Lots of smoke. Look at that smoke. Nice.
Oh, Brundle just said it was a bit amateurish.
It's a big old...
shade thrown.
Do you know what, though? That is not a straight braking zone. It's uphill and it's on a tilt.
It's hard.
And you're trying to turn as well, so you're going to unload that inside wheel. Oh, that is some moustache there on the Stuart Pitbull.
I was just thinking that.
Oh, I'd love a moustache like that.
I mean, I didn't think, ooh, what a mustache. I said, oh, mustache.
No, for men, it's like, ooh, good stash, fella.
Here's the thing that everyone needs to hear multiple times in your life, okay? Only about 1 in 20 or fewer men can pull off that mustache. And you cannot assume that you are the person that can pull it off. Like, but specifically just the mustache.
As I'm showing off my
not having
mustache.
it paired with other bits and bobs. I'm talking specifically about just the mustache.
Challenge accepted.
Like,
There's that. Is that Barrichello on the outside of one of the breasts?
Truly.
Into that fire,
Again.
in that truly. Yeah.
Again on Truly. Like, just absolutely making his life miserable.
Yeah, but he's trying to do it all on the entry to that chicane.
Yeah.
Where we've seen, if you have the power, you can go round the outside and you can hold power down the main straight into turn 1.
Yeah.
Why risk it all into that hairpin? We saw
Probably
Irvine doing the same thing into turn 6 as well on Fisichella early in the race.
Probably because your engine will explode if you do that.
By the way, I'm now plotting to grow the thickest moustache I can, shave it, and all I want is Christina's validation that I'm up there in that top. How many percent did you say?
I said, like, generously probably 1 in 20, but probably fewer than that. Honestly, I've seen maybe 2 men in my like 30 years that look decent with the just mustache.
And one of them was Nigel Mansell.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. That may cost me my marriage, but I'm going for it.
See, exactly.
I look forward to the result of this.
It is that bad. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why more people aren't telling men when they look bad with that mustache. It has to happen.
All right then, Matt, give us an update. Who we've got? We've got Johnny Herbert still in the lead.
Herbert's still in the lead.
Even though you seem determined to tell me he's going to win this race. And it feels like you're trying to break my heart.
I am trying to break your heart. I don't want you to believe that dreams can come true.
But it looks like Herbert's
there is no
P2.
Disneyland.
So who's Herbert behind? That's a back marker, right? That is a...
that's a back marker that he's stuck behind. No, Barrichello is chasing Truly behind Herbert.
So that back marker is like, I'm not yielding.
Schumacher is chasing the both of them.
So Herbert is having to like fully trying to send it past this back marker who's not yielding.
Yeah, while he's trying not to blow up his Ford engine like the Minardi that blew up earlier.
And what is the car behind Herbert?
That's Truly.
In what? In P2?
Second, yeah.
Jarno Trulli is in P2.
And Barrichello's in P3. Believe me, all of the journalists and the commentators were equally surprised by this arrangement this late in the race.
Well, this back marker needs to just, like, if you're a lap down, you're not in the same race. Go away.
No.
Oh, he pitted.
Be a nuisance.
The back... Did the back marker pit?
Yep.
Back marker's gone?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that it? Is that the win? That's the win. Johnny Herbert wins. Go, Johnny. Go, go, go. Go, Johnny. Go, go, go. Johnny, be good.
I remember the first time I watched this race, I had goosebumps watching the end of it. Just like going, oh, come on, Johnny. You can do it, man. Come on. Pull this off. Third win. First win for Stuart Ford. Double podium for Stuart Ford.
So truly P2 is great as well. And then you got Barrichello P3.
Yeah, so that was why it was a double podium.
And then Schumacher P4. No?
Yeah. I believe, let me go back to my results page. Results page tells me, in fact, that
thing is, watching that
was Schumacher fourth. Now, watch who finishes fifth.
Hakkinen.
Yes.
He's got away with that.
He's totally got away with that.
So what happened to
Irvine? Meanwhile, see where he finishes.
Nowhere. P7.
Well, not
no,
nowhere.
P6. Okay.
P7.
Yeah.
behind Janae, who scores Minardi's only point for the season in this race.
Wow. Okay. So,
But wait, I'm not done. Because that sends the championship to the final round in Malaysia.
which we'll be covering tomorrow. No.
Where at the end of the race,
Christine's like, no.
both Ferraris get disqualified for having illegal barge boards. I'm not kidding.
The barge boards.
They were illegal by 10 millimeters.
That's a lot.
That's a centimeter. That's a centimeter.
Ferrari
10 millimeters is a centimeter. That's like a thing I can
Ferrari
do with my fingers.
appeals this decision because them getting thrown out of Malaysia means that they lose the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship, which they lost anyway by guess how much? 2 points. How much did Hakkinen score in this race? 2 points. Think about that Ferrari pit stop strategy. 4 stops minus 1 wheel. Yeah, no, it's amazing how badly things went for poor Irvine here in his one chance out of Michael's shadow. Anyway, that gets thrown out. No, I'm not done. Gets thrown out because 10 centimeters absolutely violated technical regs. Done. They appeal it. Decision comes down 5 days later after the end of the season. Reinstated because it turns out there's a 5 millimeter tolerance, and that's exactly how much it was out by. Because apparently they couldn't measure properly in Malaysia. And there is actually no tolerance stated for the barge boards. The only tolerance is for the underbody of the entire car.
Did all that sound more relevant to the show we've been doing in your head, or?
And Ross Brawn, after they got thrown out, said, you know what? We ran the same barge boards. We ran the same barge boards in the European Grand Prix. So the entire Ferrari car in this race was also illegal. That's the deal. Except for, of course, the FIA later said it was legal because there was a 5 millimeter tolerance that didn't exist in the regulations. But guess who was...
Oi, tech.
I'm not saying Bernie Eccleston's name out loud, but, you know, he was just different back then.
Stop with the tech. I'm watching Johnny Herbert on the podium. Look how happy Johnny is. Johnny's there like, I am not supposed to be here. He is like a turtle on a fence post. No one now knows how he got there. No one knows why he's there. And why does he look sad? So Trulli looks sad. Why does Trulli look sad? Barrichello, you have the right reason to look sad, Rubens, because
Barrichello knew he should have won that race. But he did say after the race that he had seen the other drivers go off at his best overtaking spot, and he did not want to make that mistake.
Sure.
And Trulli was like, I just, I covered the dry line, and it just like...
Look at Johnny. Johnny's got quite an angular face back then as well. My goodness.
Now, you may not know about him that he had a horrible accident,
of course,
in the juniors. Yeah. Just about lost his left foot,
his foot,
right foot. Yeah. And so his entire Formula One career was impacted, by that. And for him to have 3 wins and drive as well as he did,
is this not his fourth? Is this not his 4th Grand Prix victory?
I thought it was his 3rd
victory. Third? Is it? Oh, okay.
And I believe it was his last.
Oh, there you go. Trulli finally looks happy. There we go. Jackie Stewart up there collecting the constructor's plate as well.
Yeah.
And there we go. Excellent. So that concludes our coverage of the European Grand Prix for 1999, when Cristina was 4, I was 18, and Matt was something.
13 cars out of 22 didn't finish.
I know. It's like, honestly,
amazing, right?
It's just,
isn't it fun?
It's a little random. You know how everyone goes on about Canada 2011, and it's like, but just, look, is that?
But at least they didn't all like just get taken out at the first corner. It was like a slow, steady drip of just failure and accident.
Panis had won 1 race. What was it?
A Formula One race?
Yeah. Do you not know? Cristina?
No.
Monaco, 1995. How many cars finished?
Is that the 3 one?
Yeah, it was like no car. Basically, no cars finished. And it all came down to like who completed the most laps.
So I actually have watched 1995 Monaco because that was the weekend that I was born.
Oh, okay. Like a headline.
That's
for you.
why I looked that up.
I love it. Thank you very much, guys. We will be back for a new show on Sunday, and I think that is when we're getting into our proper launch season, F1 build-up for 2026 proper. Go and follow my panel. Go and follow Matt PT55 everywhere on all social media. Cristina is the #1 person you need to follow before a Grand Prix weekend. Follow her on TikTok for The Bullet, where she tells you what you have to look out for in the upcoming race weekend. Follow all those links in the show notes below. And of course, follow me, Spanners. I'm the best one. You can follow me on X, Blue Sky, Threads, and I'm really making an effort to be on all of those platforms. And Instagram. I'm telling myself everything I do is interesting, and I'm spamming Instagram with photos of a middle-aged man going about his boring day. But go and follow me there at Spanners Ready. Until we see you next, work hard, be kind, and have fun. This was Missed Apex Podcast. Tell us if you want more. Tell us if this was a massive mistake, or if you think, as is my instinct, we should rewatch the entire 2012 season. No, Stuart, I'm not doing a Monaco watch-along. Ridiculous.